Let's get into the first support act.
Yeah.
You
So
want to?
we've had a lot of people say that we can't really call them support acts because everyone's pretty big on this. So first act, should we knock out saying support?
No.
First support act. Here we go.
Okay, but
who have you gone for?
okay, first support act. It feels so silly calling him a support act, but it does because when you hear,
It is what it is.
but he's gonna support. Yeah, it's probably Sam Cooke is who I'd
Unreal.
pick.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna open the stage. And yeah, hopefully he'll sing some nice croonery songs with all his swagger and make everybody ready for what's to come. Yeah, that's my first act.
It's a big shout.
Amazing.
Big shout. And why have you chosen Sam Cooke?
I think he is just the coolest person to maybe come out of the music industry ever. And I feel like people don't really know how cool he was and how much of like a punk he was and how much he didn't care. And he was all about DIY because he is singing these lovely, beautiful love songs, but he was like singing those lovely, beautiful love songs as a black man in a crossover audience, and really bringing R&B and soul and all of the things that come with it to a further audience. And he owned every single bit of his music, and he had his own label, and he'd release artists on his own label, and this is like before that was possible. So yeah, and he was shot. So you know, might be a conspiracy that I'll bring up on that episode. Yeah, he's
in the audience there.
Yeah, but you know, it was crazy. A crazy story. No, you go.
I was just going to say, do you know how I first heard of Sam Cooke?
Go on.
Can you guess?
Bim.
No.
Oh. My bad.
Tupac raps about him in Thugz Mansion.
Amazing, and rightfully so. He should.
And I think he's in heaven in that last verse.
Yes, okay.
And he's with someone. And
Marvin Gaye and
I think so,
drinking peppermint schnapps. That's what he says, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea.
I don't think it's
Have I
Marvin
just
Gaye.
made this up completely? I'm just deciding what Tupac's drinking in heaven, apparently. I'm pretty sure he's drinking schnapps.
That's a tune, though, but the acoustic one with Nas. What a banger.
We sit there and jam that sometimes.
Oh, that's so
do you
cute.
know that song?
No, I don't. Do you know? I actually don't know. No, I don't. You have to. I'll have to get into
We've
that.
got more things to send you.
Yeah, please.
You have to start a WhatsApp group.
But it's like the guitar.
ready.
Like as a vocalist, like rapping amazing, writing unbelievable, but the guitar, how good is the actual guitar in that song?
It's so good. Yeah,
You'll
it's
love
class.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm so ready for that. Sounds good.
Well, I'm gonna
It's
send you that.
beautiful as well. It's so beautiful. Like,
Isn't it? Shit, man. We'll play
Changes
it after.
as well. Changes is like one of my favorite
Yeah.
songs.
He's has a lot of amazing songs. Yeah, but people like, and I feel like a lot of the, like, you know, in African American history, obviously music history, Sam Cooke's a real pillar that I don't think people know about, like young people know about. How what he was doing is like paving the way for what we do now as independent artists, you know. So yeah, he is an icon.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good shout.
What a great first artist to bring out, not support artist. Let's lose that for that one.
First act.
First act.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, before we move on to Act 2,
Okay.
wait, we didn't ask about what encore song is he playing?
Oh, I would get him to play "You Send Me" because it's one of my favorite songs
True.
ever,
That's a banger.
and he just sings it so beautifully. So yeah, he would play that.
Good choice.
And if anyone hasn't heard of that, obviously it will be on the playlist that we put together. So you can go and check it out there. In fact, I've never done this before, but you can find it here.
In the bush.
Wow.
It's in the bush.
In the bush.
Turn up the lights, man. You need to- We're going to be raided in a minute. It wasn't. Yeah.
Okay.
People got the joke, right?
I got the joke. We're going to be rated in a minute.
Okay. Right. This question is a funny one. If you could send one song 100 years into the future to represent our era, have we got the same era? She's younger than us. But
We live in the same era, yes.
I know, but like,
As in like
now.
2025 now.
Yeah. If you wanted to send any song 100 years into the future to represent where we are now in life, what would it be?
Oh, We should have
Oh.
harmonised.
Shouldn't.
No? Okay, just me? Okay, cool. Okay. Cheers.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, sorry.
This is good stalling time, so I need to think. So it has to represent where we're at in music.
Just where we are, I think, in life as society as a
As
whole.
society.
Yeah, as society? Yeah, as society.
It's a hard question.
That is a really hard question.
Who wrote these?
Do I think any artist is really representing where we are as a society? I don't know.
Not as a
Not
society,
Tay-Tay,
'cause
then.
we're fucked as a society. So not as.
Well, I
So-
think I think what I would say is I would like to hear. I would probably send forward "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar forward to represent where we are at in 2025. And I
Yeah.
think if I was to like send an army into the future to represent where we are and where I think we want to be for the rest of the year and where I want to be as an artist, I would send Kendrick Lamar.
I love that.
Nice, yeah.
What would you pick for that?
To represent what?
Like, where
Where we-
society is at this point in time. You're sending it 100 years into the future so that they can... It's like a snapshot of where we are right now.
But it doesn't need to be something that's out recently.
No.
Because I'd probably send something punky like Sex Pistols. Because I feel like we're
Okay.
fucking going back to.
Yeah. Anarchy.
Yeah.
The first thing that pops
you know what
into
I mean?
my head is Runaway by Kanye West. I don't
Can't
know
send
why.
him forward. We
Oh,
can't
yeah.
keep him back. We don't
Yeah.
want to embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, let's not send
Kanye,
Kanye anywhere. Kanye,
fascinating.
stay the fuck here, brother.
You stay here. You sit and you just stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's happened to Kanye? We'll get there. We'll do that when
My
Oh
ears
my
pop.
goodness.
Yeah, he's all over the gaff, that boy.
He's unwell. He's unwell.
He is, bless him.
It's very sad.
But is he? There was something going on upstairs, isn't there?
There's a lot. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, and I don't think it's something that we are qualified to try and investigate on this podcast.
I'll
But
give it a good old go.
you wait until we get
Conspiracy
Ashaine back to conspiracies.
episode.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you next week for that for sure. Okay, well, next question.
Okay, so do you believe there's such a thing as bad music, or is it all subjective?
I think there's bad music. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
do I.
Yeah, I do. I really
A few
do.
times. Crazy
Yeah,
Frog.
it's Crazy Frog.
Don't tell me that you love the Crazy Frog.
I think it's a tune. No,
Sit next to it. This
I
whole
get why Crazy Frog was a thing, and I think that I'm trying to be diplomatic, but I think there are people that like bad music,
Yes.
and that's just their thing, and that's okay. I
What,
pass no
like,
judgment.
Openly,
Yeah,
or
openly, yeah.
subconsciously.
No, openly, just in
Oh, this is
just
shit. I love it.
yeah, yeah, but they
so
don't see it as that. They don't see it as that. They see it as like what they like. So like that's why Crazy Frog worked, because there are people that like just like, or like Baby Shark, or like What Does the Fox Say? You know, like that works for some
Yeah.
people. That's their vibe. But I think it's like bad music. Yeah.
But is there like a UK based mentality where we also just love to fuck with people, and so we're like, let's keep the Crazy Frog at number 1 for 100 weeks because we can.
Yes. Well, I think that was definitely trolling before like trolling was a
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Before
I
like
do-
social media.
the original troll.
The thing I like about the modern charts, and you know, back in the day it was just the singles and albums charts, then we have the download charts, then there's all these different things now.
Mm-hmm.
The way that people can group together and they can like knock off the Christmas number 1, and it's going to
Yeah.
be X Factor again, and Someone Can't Make All This Money, and fucking Rage Against the Machine were number 1 one year. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it's very
We,
cool.
I've stopped asking people this because I think we haven't had many musicians on since I last asked this. But part of one of the things we're going to be doing on the YouTube channel is creating a.
God.
I'm going there with this. We're creating a Christmas song, and we're going
Yes.
to ask people that have been on the podcast who are musicians, which we've had a few now.
You're tied in now.
You're,
Oh gosh.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see
We're
if
covering
it's
Crazy Frog.
Yeah. But
It's
Christmas.
Crazy Frog singing the
It's
calling.
But it's just with sleigh bells in the background, nothing else. Like everything else is the same. But we want you to do the ring ding ding ding.
Yeah. Easy. I could do that. Sold.
No. So we're doing it for a YouTube video at some point in the future.
We want you to do that.
Right. And we're asking everyone to just maybe do a line or two on it potentially, whilst we.
Interesting. What Christmas song is it? Have you decided?
Well, we're going to write it.
Oh, you're going to write a Christmas song?
And it's going to be
slay. I love that.
Be probably quite pop punky, knowing us.
Slay, I like
Slay.
that. We need to.
Yeah,
We need to
that's it. You're in. Can you write it like lyrically for us?
Yeah,
'Cause we
easy.
struggle with words, as you can tell.
That sounds fun. Why not? I'm down.
Yeah, we'll get stuck into that.